Greetings. Welcome to my home studio. My name is Kristen and I'm with the Yoga Seed Collective. As our studio is closed right now due to the recent COVID-19 updates, we have decided to offer you some classes that we will share with you all on YouTube. We also will have two different options, so you can check us out on Instagram Live every morning at 9 a.m. Those will be about 15 or so minutes long and incorporate some meditation, some movement, depending on the teacher and what they feel like for that day. We'll also have a 6 p.m. offering on Facebook Live that will also offer you all an opportunity to practice with us. And those live sessions are offered for 24 hours for you to watch at any time if you miss us at that 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. time slot. I realize that was a lot of information to dump on you, but if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to us, info@theyogaseed.org. We're still around to answer your questions, and we hope to all see you soon again in the studio. Other than that, we hope you enjoy this all levels Vinyasa class, and we'll go ahead and get started here now. Finding a comfortable seat, allow the shoulder blades to relax. Taking 5 grounding breaths here now. Feeling the low belly expansive. And the breath as it follows up the chest, expanding all the way up, even to the collarbones maybe. We'll start to bring in a little bit of movement with this. So when you're ready, take your hands and bring them up overhead. Exhale, brings them to the center of our chest. Inhaling up overhead. Exhale to the chest. Last one here. We'll do the same thing now, a little different, but still bringing the breath along with the movement. We'll inhale, arms open and wide. Exhale, let's give ourselves a little bit of a hug, right arm on top. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, we stay. Inhale, arms open. Exhale, other arm on top. Inhale, elbows lift. Exhale, we stay. Inhale, arms open. One more time. Exhale, we cross. Right arm on top. Inhaling up. Exhale to stay. Inhale, open. Exhale, other side. Inhale, arms open. Exhale, let's set them down. Feeling into what that did in the shoulders. Being mindful of any changes or shifts as we practice. And we'll take the right hand up, left hand down. Inhale, stretches up. Exhale to the side. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale to the right side. We'll do that a few more times, switching back and forth. Inhaling, right arm to the left. Inhaling, left arm to the right. One more time. Last time. All right. Let's take the hands to the knees. Give ourselves a little bit of a cat and cow spinal flexion here. So we'll inhale to look up on a cow. Exhale, we'll press onto the knees, look down for cat. Repeating that. Inhaling up. Exhale down. The idea is that you're bringing your whole breath along with the movement. So that may be faster or slower than me. Couple more here. All right. Coming back into center here. We'll go ahead and take the right hand, place it on the left knee, a little bit of a twist, looking over the left shoulder. Inhaling to center. And when you're ready, we'll switch, preferably on an exhale. Left hand comes to right knee, and we look over the right shoulder. Inhaling to center. Exhale one more time. To the left. And to the right. Coming back into center. And what we're going to do from here is go ahead and meet in tabletop. So that's where I'll meet you. And roll over onto the knees to get there. And we'll take the same type of movements here with cat and cow. Inhaling to that cow spine. Exhale, we round for cat. Same position we just did, right? It's just a different relationship to gravity. So maybe you feel those differences. Maybe you just pay extra close attention. And then look side to side maybe, or really any other intuitive movements that feel right. Coming back into neutral. We'll go ahead and sit back into child's pose. Narrow knee can be fine, wide legged is okay, whatever works for you. And if child's pose doesn't work for you, we can find an alternative posture on the back. I'll go ahead and show that to you all right now. So what that looks like is you're going to be on the back. And then your feet will be wide, the width of the mat, and then your knees are going to touch. You can have the hands really anywhere that feels comfortable. My personal preference is one hand on the chest and the other on the low belly. But that may or may not be your favorite either. So do what feels right for you. 10 grounding breaths. You notice your thoughts drift off. Gently bring them back to the focus. And maybe drawing your attention to the very tip of your nose or your nostrils, where the air enters as a focal point for the senses to stay focused and aware in this. We'll go ahead and meet once again in that tabletop position. So when you're ready, we'll find tabletop. All right. So now that we're in tabletop here, let's take the right arm long and the left leg long. Go ahead and lower to the ground and then inhale up. Lowering and then up. The back foot is flexed. I know you can't see my back foot there, but it's flexed here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Setting it down. Observe what it's like on either side first before you jump in to go right into that other side. I'm kind of feeling a little bit of I would say like a muscular burning sensation. Just being aware of what that's like. Other hand is out now, so it's my left hand out for me. And my right leg is back. Same thing we did on the other side. We're going to lower down and then up. Going for 5, 4. You can choose to stay up the whole time as well if you want a little bit more stagnant posture. 3, 2, and 1. Setting it down. We'll come onto the forearms next, giving the wrists a little bit of a break. So here, let's just give our wrists a little bit of love. Circles, going both directions. Shaking it out. All right. We'll come into puppy pose next, which we're very close to that position right now in the forearms. All we're going to do is lengthen out the forearms just a little bit and sink in deeper. Options to have the hands overhead, palms pressing together. We'll go ahead and come back out of this and meet back in a low plank, this time on the knees. So hanging out here in this low plank, you can be in a full plank if that works out better for us. I'm going to stay in this one. This feels better for me right now. We're going to hold here for 5, 4, bringing the belly button really up into, like if there were a thread connecting out the back from the belly button, bringing it to the spine, supporting, and then lowering down, bringing those arms close as we can down onto the ground. Toes stay glued. We're going to come into a dynamic baby cobra sequence. Back up here so we can see a little bit more. All right. Inhaling up, baby cobra. Exhale down. Inhaling up. Exhale down. We'll do 2 more. Last one. And then we'll look towards the left shoulder. Inhaling up. Looking to the right shoulder. Inhaling up into center. Exhale, we're going to start to transition our way to meet in down dog. So we'll untuck the toes, prepare ourselves to bring our hips back. And we find ourselves in our first down dog of the practice. Take the time to pedal out the legs. And again, anything that feels natural in this posture. That may be stillness. It may be a little bit of movement, maybe bending and straightening the knees. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Let's take the right leg up. 3-legged dog. And let's take a moment to turn the ankle both directions, maybe. Bending the knee. Setting it down. Left leg comes up and we do the same. Setting that down to the mat. On an inhale, you'll look to the front of the mat. Exhale, we'll walk forward, coming to the front of the mat. Standing forward fold. Generous bend in the knee. Inhale, halfway lift here. Exhale, we'll fold. Inhale, we'll rise up for mountain. And then hands come to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Half lift. And fold. Inhale, rises us up for mountain again. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Half lift. Almost done with these half sun salutations. And fold. Rising up on an inhale. Exhale, hands come to heart center. This time, instead of folding, we'll inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, open up to the right. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we'll plant the hands on the ground. And then we can take our way back to down dog. Or we can take a detour and coming from that plank position where we planted our hands, we would lower down for a chaturanga. Either way, we'll meet in down dog. I'll show both options. Be here for 3 breaths. All right. So from down dog, we're going to do that same thing again. Take the right leg up and then set it down. Left leg up. 3-legged dog and then set it down. One more time, we look to the inhale, front of our mat, exhale, forward fold. Half lift and fold. Rising up onto mountain again. Exhale, hands come to heart. This time we'll sit into our first chair, so sweeping those arms up, sitting into chair. We're going to do a little dynamic movement in this. So we're going to go from sitting into a bar stool height chair, so a little bit higher of a chair. Exhale, sits low, arms sweep, low chair. Inhaling, high chair, exhale, low. 3 more. 2. We got this. Last one. Holding this low chair. All right, let's stand up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands come to heart. Inhale, sweeping arms up. Exhale, we hinge and fold. Halfway lift here. Exhale, steps the right leg back. Dropping down that right knee. We'll come up on an inhale. Arms sweep up. Exhale to heart. Reaching up. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Moving back into plank. We'll meet in down dog. You can choose to lower down for your chaturanga or come straight back. Let's take a collective inhale together through the nose. On an exhale, open the mouth, sigh it out. One more. All right. Let's take the left leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, we step it through. Coming back into that low lunge again on the knee. Inhale, arms are up. Exhale, leg comes to the heart. Sweeping arms up. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Inhaling to plank. Exhale, down dog. We'll look to the front of our mat on an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Rising up to mountain. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Inhale, arms sweep up into chair. Doing that dynamic chair sequence. High chair to low chair on an exhale. We'll do 3 of those. Holding low chair here for 2 and 1. Reaching up. Mountain. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Forward fold now. Arms sweep up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. And then we'll exhale to step the left leg back. And we'll drop down that left knee. Coming up. On an inhale, lunge on the knee. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Sweeping the arms up. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Moving to plank. Meeting in down dog. Right leg comes up. 3-legged dog. Stepping it through on hands. We come to meet in low lunge again on the knee. Exhale, hands come to the heart. We'll sweep the arms up on an inhale. Plant the hands. Moving through our vinyasa flow. Back to that plank pose. Exhale, lowers down the knees. And we come to meet in child's pose. 3 breaths here. Longer if you want to, of course. Let's find our arms long and extended child's pose. We're going to walk them to the right a little bit, coming into a lateral side bend. So you're going to walk them to right about where your mat meets the ground beneath it. Coming into center. Exhale to the left. Inhaling to center. Exhale, we'll stay. All right. We're going to come back to meet in tabletop here. And we're going to work on warming up the hips a little bit. So what that looks like, and I'll start with the left leg. We're just going to take the left leg out to the side a little bit and then down. Rotating it out to the side and then down. 2 more and down. If you can go higher than me, that's great. If you need to go lower than my leg is reaching, that's okay too. What you want to do is just feel into where you get a little bit of that resistance. And then that's going to be your point where you're going to come back into center. Maybe you push it a little bit more as you get warmed up and you open up. But if you feel pinching in your hip or any sharp stabby pains, those are signs and signals that our body's telling us, no thank you. Back to tabletop. And then we're going to do some dynamic movement, moving in and out of tabletop to child's pose. So we'll make sure the hands are set nicely. Inhaling here, exhale, arms, elbows out, go to the side, child's pose. Inhaling, tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. To a handful or so more. Exhale, squeezing out that air, moving your whole breath along this. 2 more maybe. Last one, inhaling into tabletop. Exhale, we'll stay. All right. So from this position, we're going to walk the hands out about 1 hand length into a low plank on the knees. We'll come pushing up into full plank, and then we move into down dog. All right, so I'm going to give us 2 different options to work with here, and I'll show you. The first option is to roll out from down dog to plank. So maybe you try that out. If you don't like it or if you feel like it doesn't work, I'm going to give us another option that I really like too. So very similar to what we were just doing. But instead of coming in and out of tabletop, we'll come in and out of that plank. So extended child's pose, rocking forward to plank. So wherever you're at, whether it's down dog to plank, child's pose to plank, we'll do 2 more together. Last one here, rocking forward. And now we're going to pivot to a side plank. So we're going to allow the right knee to kind of spin open to the side. Left leg in the back can be on the mat. It can be lifted like this. Or you can come into full side plank, which is both feet kind of stacked together. From side plank, we're going to take that right hand and we're going to swoop it underneath the arm and the leg. So 3, 2, and 1. Back to plank. We're going to do that other side. Other side. Side plank here. And then coming under. 3, 2, 1. Back to plank. Lower down the knees. And we get a little bit of a break again in child's pose. If you need something more activating, you can come into dolphin. We just want to give the wrists a bit of a break. So dolphin allows that to happen as well. Dolphin, hands are about the width of the elbows. The elbows are about the width of the shoulders. And we're on the forearms. Back half of the body looks a lot like down dog. Here in dolphin, actively push away the ground. All right. So we're going to come out of dolphin here. We're all going to meet in down dog. So if you're in child's pose, you'll meet in down dog. In dolphin, we'll meet in down dog. Pressing up here. And then we'll meet here in down dog. All right. So we're going to start mixing up this flow here a little bit. We're going to take that right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale brings that knee towards the chest. It doesn't have to touch, but just bringing it towards it. We'll do it 3 times. Inhaling extension, exhale to crunch. Last one. Then we're going to bring that right foot all the way through. Low runner's lunge. Inhaling, dragonfly twist, right hand reaches. And exhale, we stay. From dragonfly twist, we're going to take that right hand back to the mat, moving into plank, flowing through our chaturanga here. Options to lower down or meet straight into down dog. Left leg comes up, three-legged dog. We do the same thing. Knee to chest. 2, last one. And bring that foot all the way through now, low runner's lunge. Set ourselves up for dragonfly twist. The right palm will stay, the left is going to reach up towards the sky. We'll look at that left hand. Try to actively press away the ground with that right hand so we don't dump into the shoulder socket. Closing it down. Back to plank. And we meet in down dog. One more time, right leg up. Stepping it through. Inhale, dragonfly twist. Exhale, back to plank. Lower down if you want, then flow through chaturanga. Either way, we meet in down dog. Left leg is up. Stepping it through, straight through this time. Dragonfly twist. Exhale to plank. Lowering down, we'll meet in down dog again. Collective inhale through the nose together. Let's open the mouth to side out if it feels good. One more. We're going to build on this flow here. So from dragonfly twist, we're going to come to a side plank. And I'm going to show us 2 different ways to do that. So let's start on the right leg. Bring that up, three-legged dog. Exhale, stepping it through, dragonfly twist. So from dragonfly twist, what we're going to do is really press into this left hand and pivot on that back heel. So that back left heel is going to come on its side, on the knife edge side of the foot. That right foot can stay planted in the front to support you. And that's one version of side plank. All right. I'll try and show you that one more time, a different version. From right leg, three-legged dog, stepping it through, dragonfly twist. An alternate option would be to drop down that left knee, spin to the left on that left leg so the right leg can reach back, side plank. The other option would be to come straight from dragonfly twist right into that full side plank with both heels on the ground stacked up. Let's flow through, meeting into down dog so we can do that other side. Left leg lifts, three-legged dog, moving right into dragonfly twist. Leading the right palm, left palm reaches up. So from that dragonfly twist, pick the option to pivot to side plank that works best. The option I really like the best and I'll explore is just pivoting back on my right heel, knife edge of the foot I am, and then my left knee and my left foot come in front to support me. Back to plank. Lowering down to flow through our chaturanga, we meet in down dog. We're going to do that flow one more time. Right leg lifts. Exhale, steps it through, dragonfly twist. Dragonfly twist. Exhale, we swivel to side plank. Inhaling to plank. Exhale, we meet in down dog. Detour to chaturanga if you want to. Left leg lifts. And we step it through, dragonfly twist. Last time this side. Left hand reaches up. And then we swivel to that side plank. Back to plank. Lowering down. Meet in down dog. Now we're just going to build onto this flow here. So we're going to take the right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, stepping it through. We're going to come into crescent. We're going to build on that dragonfly twist at the very end of this flow. So we'll bring the arms up, crescent lunge, and then exhale, we'll stay. We're going to come in and out of lightning warrior. So what that looks like is we're on the toes on the back of the foot in crescent. We'll bring the arms up overhead, and as we exhale, we reach forward, and the arms sweep back. Inhaling up. Exhale to sweep. 2 more. Inhaling, arms reach up. Now we come into that dragonfly twist. Inhaling, dragonfly twist. Exhale to side plank. Inhaling to plank. And then we meet in down dog. Left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Stepping it through, we come into that crescent lunge. So in crescent, our back leg is rather activated, and we're kind of on the toes, maybe not fully on the toes, but we have a lot of activation in that back leg. Arms reach up, and we inhale, reaching forward, lightning. Last 2. Last 1 here. Back to crescent. Exhale, dragonfly twist. Back into plank we go. And then your choice. Do you want to come straight into down dog, or do you want to take a chaturanga? For me, I'm going to come straight back to down dog so I don't get so out of breath that I can't leave the class. But I'll meet you here. Moving into that flow one more time. Take that right leg straight up. And we take it straight through. Coming up into crescent. Exhale, lightning. We'll do 3 this time. Last 1. Inhaling crescent. Exhale, hands come to the mat. We move the dragonfly twist. Back into that side plank. We swivel into plank. And then we meet in down dog. Left leg comes up. Three-legged dog. Stepping it through. We meet in crescent. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale up. Last 1. Reaching up into crescent. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Dragonfly twist. Left hand reaches up, and then we swivel to that side plank. Back into plank. Exhale, lowers the knees down. And we meet into child's pose. We'll be here for 5 breaths, giving ourselves an opportunity to practice, pausing, so we can intentionally find our breath again. So, from child's pose, we're going to rock ourselves out into that low plank again. Exhale, we come back into down dog. All right, we're going to mix up the flow again here. Let's take the right leg long. Exhale, we step it through. We're going to come into a low runner's lunge. So in low runner's lunge, we're on the toes, the back toes. And so what we're going to do is we're going to transition to what we call jaguar. And it's very similar to this low runner's lunge, except we're going to take this back knee and dip it down towards the ground, halfway lifting up with the chest. All right, so let's practice that on the other side. So coming to down dog, we'll do it on the left side real quick. Left leg up, coming into that low runner's lunge. Into runners here. And then very similar, but we're going to drop down that back knee. We're not going to touch it into the back, but we're just going to lift up the chest, jaguar. All right, so we'll come back into down dog and we'll build on to that jaguar. Right leg comes up and we step it through jaguar. Low runner's lunge first, sorry, and then into that jaguar. So listen up here because we're going to transition from this low runner's lunge to come to a wide-legged squat. So we're going to pivot on that back left heel, coming onto the ball of the foot, and then we come to that wide-legged squat. Arm sweep up, exhale, down. 2 more. All right, we're really going to mix it up here because we're going to move to the other side of the mat. So we're going to pivot on these left toes, coming in to jaguar, going the other direction. So pivoting to the left, we're in jaguar. Runner's lunge, and then back into down dog. All right, we're going to keep doing that, except this time we're going to take the left leg up and then bring it through, low runner's lunge. From low runner's lunge, we come into that jaguar, right knee drops down, we look up. Inhaling to that wide-legged squat, bringing the arms up. And 2 more. And 1. Arms reach up. And then we're going to pivot onto those right toes again. Back into that jaguar. Low runner's lunge. And down dog. 2 breaths here. Now we're going to start adding some different poses into that basic flow. Let's take the right leg up, 3-legged dog, stepping it through, low runner's lunge. Inhale, jaguar. Exhale, wide-legged squat. Bringing the arms up. And then this time, we're going to take ourselves into warrior 2. So the right toes are going to be going to the same direction as the mat, and the back toes are going to be going to a parallel direction at the back of your mat. Arms come into warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. We're going to come back into that warrior 2. And then exhale, arms sweep up. Toes are now going parallel. Inhale, going the other way. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Reverse. Warrior 2. We're going to cartwheel our hands to the mat, moving into low runner's lunge. Inhaling, jaguar. Exhale, squat. Arms sweep up, and they come back. Bringing the arms up. Exhale, we're going to do warrior 2 going this direction. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. One more time, reverse. Exhale, warrior 2. Arms sweep up. They touch at the top. Toes go parallel, wide-legged stance. Exhale, warrior 2, going the opposite direction. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. And reverse. Exhale, we're going to cartwheel our hands to the mat here. Moving into that plank posture. Lowering down on an exhale, flowing through that chaturanga. We're going to meet in down dog. Two more breaths here before we do that flow again. Right leg lifts. Stepping it through, low runner's lunge. Inhale, jaguar. Exhale to squat. So we're going to mix it up a little bit. We're going to come from this squat position to jaguar on the other side. Inhale, low runner's lunge. Exhale, back. Back into that low runner's lunge, other side. Inhale, Jaguar, and then we squat. Back into Jaguar, low runner's lunge. Back into Jaguar, and then we pivot to squat. Last time, I know you're probably feeling that burn, I know I am. Coming into low runner's lunge, and then Jaguar. All right, back here we move into plank posture, plank pose, and then we meet in down dog. Two more deep breaths. All right. We're going to build onto that flow little by little. Right leg comes up. We step it through, low runner's lunge. Inhale, Jaguar. Exhale to squat. From this squatting position, we're going to reach the hips to the left and then reach them to the right. So we're kind of preparing our body to come into Skandasana little by little here. All right. So now that we're kind of ready here, we're going to pivot back to the left here one more time. Back to low runner's lunge. And then to Jaguar. Back to the squat. And then we come to a little bit more into Skandasana on the right. So bending through that right foot. You can be a little lower than I am or maybe a little bit higher. You can be on the sole of the foot or we can be on the toes. We're going to keep the hands low. We're going to come to that other side. Keep in mind it may look different from side to side. All right. We're going to come back into center, wide-legged squat here. Inhale, reaches us up. Exhale, we're going to pivot on that right front toe. We're going to come to the front of our mat, mountain. Arms reach it up. Exhale, lift come to the heart. You take the hands, either interlace them, low back, take the shirt. A towel also works. You have a towel here to hold on to the arms so the hands don't quite come together yet. Coming down, forward fold, opening up the chest. Hands interlaced. If they are, they'll reach overhead maybe. Three more breaths. All right, we'll start to let go of those hands here. And we'll take a halfway lift and then fold. Rising up again to that mountain. Exhale, hands are going to come to the heart. We'll do a little bit of balance work here. I'm going to go ahead and face you, but you can stay where you're at. We're going to first come into a little bit of some hip opening. So we're going to stand hips distance-ish. Hands can beat the hips or alongside. Take the left knee up and we're going to really press into the right leg. So left knee comes up. We can lift it up to a place that works for us. And then we're going to just rotate it out to the side. Doing a couple of these. Moving to the point of your edge. But at the same time, staying within your range of motion a little bit. Setting it down, shaking it out. We'll do the same thing on the other leg. We press into the left foot and we bring up the right leg. And we bring it out to the side and then back. All right, let's set it down, shake it out. All right, we're going to do it again. We're just going to throw in a little bit of a functional movement exercise with that hip joint. So let's take the left leg up, pressing into that right foot. Take that left knee out to the side again. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take that knee and we're going to point it towards the ground so that our foot gently comes up. So our foot kind of rises up as our knee points down. Last one. Shaking it out. All right. Same thing on the other side. May not be the same experience, but we're going to try it out and see what it's like on this side. So once we bring it out to the side, that's when we can flex that foot and then we point that knee towards the ground. Bringing it back up, knee points to the ground. All right, shaking it out. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is come into what is sometimes called funky chair. So what we're gonna do is take the hands alongside on the hips, pressing the weight into the right foot. We're gonna bring that left knee up. We're going to start to cross that left knee on top of the right. And then we sit into a little bit of a chair posture. This is a great place if you have a wall nearby to hold on to that wall. And then as we get warmed up or as the flexibility builds, you may start to come a little bit closer to the ground. But be mindful that you can get yourself up from that position. All right, 2 more breaths here, coming out at any time if you need to. Coming up. And then we're gonna wash it out with a forward fold. So a little bit of a wide-legged stance here, not too wide, but a forward fold. Feet are about hips distance. Come up to do this other side. It's a great place for blocks as well. We can set those down, and I'll show you in this side how we can use those blocks. So we access it again, same way. We put our weight into the left side, start to engage into that right knee as we bring it up. Then we turn it out to the side a little bit, crossing it over. Somewhere between that left hip and the knee, it's a good place to rest it. So the blocks allow us to have something to rest on, and it's easier for us to get up since we're not so far to the ground. We can stand up a little bit easier from this posture. Keeping the breath steady. And then the breath is often an indicator. If your breath isn't steady here, maybe we're a little bit too deep into the posture. Or maybe our concentration is a little off. It can be a variety of things. It's just something to know, be curious about, not just to judge it. Arms sweep up. We're going to come into that forward fold again. You can take the hands by alongside the body, or we can take them around and back, grabbing onto those hands. Letting go of those hands. We're going to come up. And then hands are going to come to the heart. Pausing here, maybe closing down the eyes. Feeling into each leg. Each of the thigh muscles, the right or the left. Pressing all of our toes into the mat. Maybe in imagining ourselves here from the inside out, what that would look like. All right, from mountain, we're going to start to come to sit on the mat. We're going to transition with a squat. And if squatting doesn't work for us, we can come into Happy Baby. It's a very similar position to Happy Baby, except your relationship to gravity is a little different. We're going to find a nice kind of relaxing squat where our body can kind of slump down. A block is a nice place to have this. Put a block right here just to have something for your hands to kind of rest on. Allowing the spine to decompress, hips to sink deeper. And for the body to physically ground. Be here for about 3 more breaths. All right. We'll roll ourselves onto the back now, giving ourselves maybe a little bit of a spine massage in that. Now come to meet in boat pose. Not going to get out of the core work just yet. We'll do a little core work just to strengthen the abdominal muscles, keep them strong. For me, it's important to have a strong back. We'll find a position of both that works for us. And like I was saying, for me, a strong back is the most important part of the core. For me, that's my goal. So we'll hold here for about 3 more breaths. Trying to keep that breath going. And 1. We'll roll on the back. We'll roll back up to boat. We'll give ourselves a little bit of a break here. And we'll roll back up to boat. All right. So we're going to take either a block, it could be a small book, anything that you can physically pick up. A ball works great too. So finding that boat pose, we're going to start with that block here. We're going to place it down to the right and then picking it up to the left. And up and down. We'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then finishing off this side. All right. Place that block in between the legs or that book right here. You're going to hold it here. Have the arms alongside. We'll go for 10, 9, 8, 7. Holding that block together, the legs. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then onto the back again. Rolling on it. Maybe side to side. All right. Take the legs long. We're going to take this little bit of a diamond shape and place that underneath our low back here. Give us some support. Legs raised. We're going to go ahead and start to lower them down about, I would say about halfway. Inhaling them up, exhale, we'll lower. We'll do about, I would say, up to 10 of these. Maybe more if you really want to. Maybe a little bit less. I'll go for 10. I think I'm at 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So if you want to have a little bit extra, we're going to leave the legs low. Then we're going to kind of bring up the head to look at that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, we're done. Okay. I don't like core work, but it definitely gets the puppy excited for the core work. All right. So we're down on the ground for the rest of these postures. We're going to go ahead and bring ourselves up to a seat, though. And we'll go ahead and take one leg long. We'll start with the right leg long. And we'll keep the sole of the left foot against that right leg. So we'll start by kind of giving ourselves a little bit of a tallish spine. And we're going to walk our hands down the center. Walk them over to the right leg. And then back into center, and then over to that left leg. Go ahead and switch those legs now when you're ready. I'll do the same thing here. Bringing the spine nice and tall, and then we come to fold a little bit. We could use a block here for our fold to bring the ground a little bit closer to us. And walk it over to the left leg. And walk it back over to the right. All right, and then we'll come back up into center. I'll take both legs long to tap it out. And we'll keep one leg long again. We'll start with the right leg long. We're going to bring the left leg so it's close to the body. Going to kind of move it slightly off to the side a little bit. So not right in front of you, but slightly off to the side so that your torso can come forward a little bit. And take one hand, your left hand, wrap it around. And then we can take our right hand and wrap it around to meet the left. Or we can just bring it around to maybe grab onto our shirt. If we have a strap, that's a great place to keep our length of the hands together. Either way, you find yourself in this version of a forward fold. When you're ready to switch, I bring both legs long, tapping it out, and then we switch. So for me, I'm bringing my right foot up, and I'm going to kind of walk it out to the side so my torso can come forward a little bit. Right arm wraps around, and we do the same type of bind we did. Maybe a different bind depending on our shoulder mobility on this side. When you're ready, we'll start to come out, staying longer as always if we would like to or feel like our body needs it. And the next posture we'll come into is butterfly. So the soles of the feet are kind of together. It's a great place to have a little bit of extra support for the legs. You can have it right underneath the thighs. Lots of different levels for the blocks if you have any at home. You can also use rolled up blankets, so pillows work well too. Bringing the spine nice and tall. Allow the shoulder blades come down the back. Maybe close down the eyes if that feels right. We'll take the opportunity now to show our feet a little bit of love. So rubbing the inside of the foot. I don't have daily foot massagers here in my life, so this is one way I like to give myself a little bit of a foot massage. Always use something you can leave out. Wash your hands when you're done after, but it's an opportunity to connect with ourselves. Get a little bit of self-care here. Once you're done with that, you can fold deeper into the posture if that feels right. Or you can hang out, whatever version of this pose works for you. Staying here for about 3 more breaths. When you're ready, we're going to use the hands, if we're folded, to walk ourselves up. Hands can come around either side of the legs and bringing them together. So we'll come to meet on our back now. Giving ourselves a nice little spine massage here. We'll take the knees to the chest. We're going to do some circles with the knees, so go in both directions. From here, we'll take the legs straight up. And we'll find ourselves to come into figure 4. So taking the right leg over the left, we bend at that right knee. And one of my favorite ways to come into this is to rock into it slowly. And then slowing that rocking down until I come to stillness. When you're ready to switch sides, you'll do so by bringing both legs up and then switching, bending into that left knee this time. Being mindful of how you came into it on the other side may not be how you come into it this side. Just being gentle with the body as you explore what this posture is like for you on this side of the body. When you're done, we'll go ahead and find ourselves with the feet on the floor. Knees gonna be about hips distance apart. Preparing ourselves to come into dynamic bridge. So how this looks, we'll keep the feet about hips distance. The arms come up and the hips come up at the same time. So we inhale, arms overhead, hips come up, slight pause at the top, and exhale down. Doing that 2 more times. And exhale right back down. Last one, we'll hold this version of bridge. We can hold it here with our arms overhead. You can hold it with the arms interlaced down below, underneath the back. Or my personal favorite is to come into a restorative bridge, which can be done with a bolster or a block placed underneath that sacrum. When you're ready to come out, we'll go ahead and lift the hips up. And then exhale to come back down. From here, go ahead and take the knees back to the chest when we're ready. We'll explore a supine twist next. And take the arms out to a T. Inhaling at center, we'll exhale to drop our knees off to the right side first. The knees don't fully touch the ground. You can use a block to support them underneath it, or a pillow or bolster. If you want to intensify the stretch in your neck, you're going to look the opposite way that your knees are going. For me, that feels like a little too much on my neck, so I'm going to choose to have it go the same direction as my knees. Feel free to make the choice, again, that works best for your body in this moment. Settling in, maybe you make some adjustments. And settling back into the breath after you bring yourself in. When you're ready to explore that other side, feel free to do so in your own time. Allow yourself to come up for an inhale, though. And when you're ready to come off onto that other side, let your exhale guide you in. Feeling free to make some adjustments to get yourself settled and comfortable. It's like an investment into the posture. When you're ready for your final version of rest, you can come straight into it, or you can find another if you want to do a different yoga asana that'll help you prepare for Shavasana. Feel free to do that as well. And then finding our version of final rest here. Get yourself comfortable. Maybe bring a blanket if that feels nice. Offering an opportunity to just disconnect. Go within. You practice this pratyahara, sensory withdrawal. I'm going to come up to a seat, but feel free to stay laying down in your Shavasana, whatever position works right for you for the remainder of class. In your version of Shavasana today, we're going to do a little bit of a body scan, noticing the head as it rests with the mat. Feeling into the sides of the neck, the front of the neck, and the back. Feeling into the shoulder blades as they press into the ground. And then as the chest relaxes, maybe your breath moves into even a more easeful place. Bringing this restorative energy down through the spine, down through the length of the right arm and the left. Scan to see if there's any other little tension that may be lingering in the jaw. You can kind of wiggle the jaw or adjust. And maybe soften if you can. Bringing that restorative, calming energy down even more into the spine, into the low back, into the hips, into the pelvis. The right leg relaxes. The left leg relaxes. Feeling a warm, cooling, yet cooling energy down the length of the legs, into the feet. Bathing the toes in this relaxing, restorative energy. Maybe notice thoughts that come up for you. Just gently come back to the breath as your anchor into this present moment. Let's start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Consciously coming back into whatever space that we're currently in. And if the great big morning stretch is calling you, maybe we explore that. On an inhale, just stretching out. And then exhale, relaxing and maybe rolling off onto your favorite side. Once you're on your favorite side, using your arm as a pillow. And thanking yourself here in this moment, expressing gratitude for showing up for your practice. For showing up in community, even though our version of community may be different than it is in a studio. When you're ready, we'll meet in a comfortable seat. Allowing ourselves again to reground, reattune, and begin to reassimilate back into the world. Back into the ultimate yoga practice, that which is life. When you're ready, we'll take our hands up and overhead. On an exhale, drawing them to the center of our chest. It is here where I bow to each of you, wherever you are in the YouTubeverse out there. The light and the shadow in me both honors and recognizes that very same existence in you. Together we say, both near and far, Namaste. So thank you again for showing up virtually to this all levels Vinyasa class. I hope you found it beneficial in whatever way works for you today. If you have any questions about our studio closures, as always, feel free to reach out to us, info@theyogaseed.org, and we hope to see you in the studio soon. If you've enjoyed this yoga class or any of the other in-studio or outreach yoga classes you've participated in with us, we hope that you consider making a donation to the Yoga Seed. Nonprofits like ours, as well as small businesses, need the support of our community more than ever. If you want more information, feel free to visit our website, theyogaseed.org, or click the link below for donation information. Thank you for considering, and namaste.